September, and tonight on CCX, a top 10 matchup in Class 6A football. The Eden Prairie Eagles come to Maple Grove to take on the defending 6A champion Crimson. From Crimson Stadium in Maple Grove, John Jacobson along with Ryan Iverson. Great to be back with you again, friend, for another season. How much fun is this when we get out here on September 5th when it feels like October 5th?
I was going to say, we're normally it's hot and the sun's out and it doesn't feel like football. This feels like real football already. It's in the air. Great to be back with you, John. I can't wait to see some great football tonight.
Maple Grove shut out Eden Prairie in the playoffs last year, and it wasn't even close. I don't think we'll see that again tonight. Ryan, Eden Prairie coming off a 6-4 season, but a lot of players back off that team. Maple Grove, of course, 13-0, state champions. Lost some guys. Certainly plenty of talent here from Maple Grove, but I don't think we're going to see 34 rip again.
Yeah, and I think what was surprising is last year, and I even said it on air, John, when we were doing the game, is Maple Grove, Eden Prairie, right? I mean, just manhandled the line of scrimmage, offensive line, defensive line, ran the football, great quarterback play, great receivers, great athletes everywhere. Eden Prairie's got back to a little of their bread and butter this year. They got a really good offensive line. We're going to talk about a really talented running back, but they feel like the pieces are there. Got off to a good start in week one. So, and you got Coach Grant over there who's done this so many times, knows how to get it done. And on Maple Grove, when you're the defending state champion, and I know they had one a few years ago, it's different because you get everybody's best shot. They want to come at you. So Maple Grove's got to come out tonight, establish the line of scrimmage, and get off to a good start.
And I think they feel like they're a program now that's going to be there year after year.
Yep.
I mean, it's 2 state titles in 3 years, 3 Prep Bowl appearances in 4 seasons they're coming off of.
Yeah, and I always say this too, and even back to when I played at Eden Prairie, John, is success breeds success. And those teams that have been in the Prep Bowls, that won previous Prep Bowls, these are the kids that were in that 7th, 8th, 9th grade. They got to be a part of that. They got to see it, and they know what that feels like. They want it back. And the number one thing that I was really impressed with as we walk through the pregame is looking at the size of Maple Grove. They all, as a team, as a coaching staff, they hit the weight room really hard. They all look extremely impressive, and that's the sign of a winning culture and a really good program too.
Let's look at our key players, starting with Eden Prairie. Owen Conrad had a monster game last week in the Eagles' win over Anoka. Pretty good when he can average 21 yards per carry.
10 carries, 217 yards, and he's only a sophomore too. He's got good speed, and again, that comes down to Eden Prairie football over the years. Everyone has talked about all the great athletes they have. They've been successful because they've dominated the line of scrimmage, controlled the clock, and ran the football. Great to see that in week one for them, and he was obviously a huge piece of that. Unreal, over 20 yards a carry. I'd be shocked if we say that after tonight's game.
And for Maple Grove, a senior running back stepping into the starting role this year. James Engel carried the bulk of the load last week, got a couple of touchdowns in the win at Stillwater.
Yeah, and over 120 yards, and that's the thing. You think of Maple Grove now, you think of the last really 5 to 10 years, just unbelievable running back play. It's just been so fun to watch, and he got a few carries last year, but he was a big part of that, and you could see he looked like he was 15, 20 pounds bigger. He looks faster and stronger, so they're going to need him to be a workhorse and be able to run the football tonight, so he's a big part of this.
Should be a fun one tonight. It's Eden Prairie, Maple Grove, live on CCX next.
Heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
And we are ready for kickoff at Maple Grove. Harrison Sirk kicking off. Fielded back at the 4-yard line and returned out. This is Josh Thompson with a lane down the left side into Eden Prairie territory and all the way down to the 38. A return of close to 60 yards on the opening kickoff.
That was one of those, John, you could see it unfolding from up where we're standing here in the press box. Really well blocked. He had a big seam on the left side, and he had blockers in front of him. I thought he was going to maybe take this all the way, but look at that kick out, and you can see Crimson out in front of him. Nice job by Eden Prairie not giving up on the play, but a great start. Special teams plays, when you got a top 10 matchup, special teams plays can really turn the tide of a game.
59-yard return on the opening play of the game. 8 seconds in, Maple Grove set up at the 38-yard line of Eden Prairie. Caden Harney, third-year starting quarterback, hands off on first down. It's Jeffrey Nordvold, the senior fullback, up the middle, and he'll get 3 yards, maybe 4 on the first play.
Yeah, nothing there, just great push by that offensive line. You know, talking to some of the coaches for the Crimson before the game, John, they said we're not as big up front, but we got really good quickness and speed. You can see, Caden Harney last week didn't throw a ton, but you could see how efficient he was. So accurate, 80% completion, threw a touchdown, ran for a touchdown, took care of the football as well.
2nd down and 6. Engel, the lone back. He'll get the carry. Got a lot of room on that left side. First down deep into the secondary and all the way down to the 11-yard line.
And again, just great push on that left side of the line of scrimmage. Really well blocked. He didn't get touched until he was a good 8 to 10 yards down the field. But nothing fancy there. But you see that wall and no contain on the outside. Good blocking down the field. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Looked like it came in right at the end. Yeah, they got a hold down the field. The good thing is it was downfield, so the penalty's not going to move them back too much, but that negates a really nice run.
Yeah, it would have been down to the 11-yard line. We'll see where they spotted it. They still end up gaining a few yards on the play. They're at the 31, and you don't lose the down.
Yep.
But it wipes out the 23-yard gain by Engel.
That's what Maple Grove, though, that's what they've done the last couple of years. That's what Eden Prairie was great at for so long, is they run, and they mix that play action. They mix those passes in really efficiently.
Harney, quick drop, throw, overthrows his receiver, a little behind him to Lundy. Isaiah Kelly, senior defensive back on the coverage for the Eagles. 3rd down.
Yeah, good coverage. He was right there. Kelly was. Those are always dangerous, those ones across the middle, especially if they go high like that. You get a tip or that ball hangs in the air at all. So many guys around to maybe pick it off. And Coach Grant, unreal, 33 years, still doing it at a really high level, consistently having this group in that top 5, that top 10. Feels like they have a better team this year than they did last year, a little more experience and some good talent.
3rd down, they give it to Engel, cuts back. He is going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and about a yard to go. Man, I would guess this is far enough out where you're not going to try a field goal, and it'll be a 4th down, 4-down territory. This would be a huge stop if Eden Prairie could hold Maple Grove here.
Well, we always talk momentum, right? You get that big kickoff return, you have a couple of big plays, that flag kind of bringing them back. If Eden Prairie is able to get off the field here, that would be a huge momentum turner. This is also where it's nice having Caden Harney at 6'3", 200 pounds, that quarterback sneak, a big body.
He'll toss it to Engel, trying to get outside, and he's dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of down, a loss on the play, and a loss of downs. Drew Erlinson, the sophomore defensive end, 6'4", 215, breaks through the line, and Eden Prairie takes over on downs. Loss of 4.
I'm shocked on the play on this. You give time for that penetration. Great job shedding the block, and man, he just got his hand on the foot, tripped him up. Engel able to keep his balance. Probably would have been able to turn the corner, but what a stop by Eden Prairie. I would have liked to see a quick one right up the middle there, especially with the big quarterback. But a nice stand by Eden Prairie.
So 1st down and 10. Eden Prairie, good defensive stop, takes it over. First time on offense from the 33. This is Wendland Hall, junior running back, defensive back. He'll get carries along with Owen Conrad in the backfield. Not too much on that first down. Does get positive yardage, though. 3 yards out to the 36.
Yeah, I mean, anytime really against both of these offenses, but especially Eden Prairie, you have to be able to stop the run.
Jackson Bockham doesn't throw a lot. 3 out of 5 last week, 43 yards and a touchdown. They ran for so many yards last week against Anoka.
519 yards
crazy.
rushing. Yeah, but Jackson, he started last year, got some good experience, and they need him to take that next step this year. Because to win a state championship, to win big games, you've got to have balance. You've got to be able to mix in a pass with that dominating run attack that they have.
Play clock running down, but they get it off. Gavin Walden gets the carry up the middle, a few yards. And on the stop for Maple Grove, Reed Verbout along with Bryce Guerin.
Yeah, and that next crop of really good linebackers, Maple Grove always has 4 or 5 just athletic, good, really good instincts and good tacklers. And you see it coming up making that play. Not easy. Walden, at 250 pounds, also plays defensive line, so he's kind of their big power back. They mix him up along with some really good speed.
3rd and 5 for the Eagles. Bockham, play action, roll out right, throws over the middle, gets the completion and a first down and into Maple Grove territory down to the 48 of Maple Grove. Braden Minta, senior tight end. And a big completion of 15 yards.
Yeah, and those are great throws, not only for Bockham, too, but just for their team, right? Great play action. He had 2 guys wide open, nice, easy completion, and you get that confidence, you get a little rhythm. And when you're on the road playing the defending state champions, that's what you need, is your quarterback to get confident, be able to make those kind of throws. Big pickup there.
On 1st and 10, it's Liam Larson, first man through, and a good first down run for him. Picks up 6 yards or so. Luke Smith with the tackle for Maple Grove. Justice Bates, on the carry. The double numbers will get me every time. Thank you. Bates, the 5'11", 225-pound running back, get the call there. He got 6 yards. 2nd down, not so much this time. Verbout gets you into the offensive backfield along with Will Raymond to make the stop there. No gain, maybe even a loss of half a yard.
Yeah, and that's Will Raymond. 9 tackles last week. Look at him break through. Skanson's in there as well, wrapping him up. And that's those linebackers coming in, getting that penetration. And when you get Eden Prairie with that good offensive line, if they can get to the 2nd level, it's hard to stop them. But if you can get that penetration, get some hands on them early, force Eden Prairie into 3rd and long. On
3rd down and 5, Hall, a nice sidestep, and then another cut up the middle and gets a first down. Looks like they might get him early, but Hall with a nice shifty move back to the inside and picks up 10 yards in the first down before he's brought down by Bo Thien.
Yeah, watch this footwork. Looked like Saquon Barkley last night on the NFL. Just great footwork, making 2 really good tacklers. Bo Thien and Skanson there miss in the backfield and cut it upfield. You see the athleticism. And he's not shabby either. I know we didn't highlight him, Conrad with the 217 yards, but Windland Hall, 98 yards last week on only 8 carries, so also averaged a ton of carries per ton of yards.
There's a flag down, might be the first one on Eden Prairie tonight. Andrew Johnson on the carry. We'll see what the call is here.
Type of motion, maybe? Oh.
There's a 15-yard penalty for the chop block.
Man, that's big. You talk about momentum. You're moving the ball, converted a couple of big 3rd downs, and now you go backwards 15 yards. But already you're seeing Andrew Johnson carry the ball. You got 3 or 4 different people. We haven't even seen Conrad carry the ball yet.
Right.
So just that depth and that variety, that's always been hard to defend when you don't know who's going to get the ball.
Yeah, Johnson had that play stood. He would have been the 4th different ball carrier already on this first drive.
Yeah, you can see here, if we can see it on our right side there. Yep. Anytime they see, they're just trying to protect that defensive player, especially those knees and ankle area.
So now back to the 49 on the give, and nothing doing at all on the carry by Hall. Verbout on the stop again, along with Logan Albeck.
Yeah, and Bo Thien, too, came on from the weak side and just ran him down. That's what's always been impressive, too, John, with the Crimson, is those linebackers, their speed and they're just that instinct to get to the ball, their pursuit. And Eden Prairie built to win on first and second down. If they can get you into, second and 4, third and 2, that's when they're really dangerous. You back them up, second and 25, not the down and distance that they want to operate out of.
They'll keep it on the ground, and a good run on this play by Johnson, gets inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line, so he picks up about half of that yardage needed. Still third and long, but now a little more manageable, 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and you got to think, too, where they're at in the field. This is probably 4-down territory, so you just cut that in half. And nice job blocked. Look at the kickouts here. Nice seal there. Good cut, making a guy miss. Yeah, 4th and 12, or 3rd and 12, you may pick up 5 or 6 here. It's doable. That was a big second down gain.
Gain of 13, so it is 3rd down and 12. Ball just outside the Maple Grove 35. Bockham, play action, roll out to right, completion, and it's going to be short of the first down. Brought down at the 30-yard line by T.J. Williams, junior defensive back.
Yeah, you see Williams did a great job just holding on, 160 pounds, trying to tackle that big fella at 250. Nice, easy play action. Again, an easy throw, puts it right on the money. And a really nice job tackling, getting low, but able to pick up a couple yards. And now there's that 4th and somewhat manageable, right? It's not 4th and 15, it's 4th and 6, 4th and 7.
There's a gain of 6 on the catch by Walden. So here we go, 4th down, 6 to go. Roll out, Bockham trying to get wide. There's a flag down, and he's going to be brought down well short of the first down, and unless this is against Maple Grove, it'll be the Crimson taking over on downs. Well pursued, T.J. Williams first to the contact.
They're going to get a hold on that. I saw it. Oh, no, they're calling it on Maple Grove. I thought that was going to be a hold.
No. Each team with a penalty there, and they offset.
Yeah, I definitely saw the hold.
There's Adam Spurl, second year as head coach. Still undefeated, 14-0 as a head coach.
He's got the best winning percentage all time, and he's also the only coach that's won a Prep Bowl in every season that he's been the head coach. There's the hold right there. I'm wondering if they got...
Yeah, it looks like that's Skansen back up on top of your screen.
Although I've never heard it called an illegal block by the defense, but you saw he kind of chopped the offensive player there, but clearly a hold.
So we'll replay 4th and 6.
Yeah, Eden Prairie kind of lucky, really, in that regard to get this play over, because that one was not going to get the first down.
Bates is in the backfield. Bockham will loft a throw to the sideline, but out of bounds. Completion made, but no room there for Cooper Fawning. And Eden Prairie, after a couple of first downs, gives it up on downs back to Maple Grove.
Yeah, and I like the idea there. Fawning 6'7", right? So he's got the great height advantage. It was a really well-thrown ball. That's where, as a receiver, if you're going to run that, you got to line up a little closer to the middle of the field and at least allow for a couple of yards on the sideline to go get that. And I'll tell you, Maple Grove did a nice job. I couldn't see who was out there. If that was Dozier, did a nice job while he was in the air pushing him out so he couldn't land in bounds.
Maple Grove, second time with the football. Engel, the ball carrier, up the middle, gaining yards out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, showing his burst there. He has a nice burst of explosion. Didn't look like there was much there, but was able to still get about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
Arnie back to the huddle with the play on second down. Short 7. Under center with Nordvold the fullback. Play action. Harney throws over the middle. Completion out to the 45. Loose. Ball is out. It looks like Eden Prairie's got it. Completion made to Karis Ellingson, the tight end. And then recovered defensively by Eden Prairie by Luke Elliott.
Yeah, big play there. Turnover so costly. Great play action, really well thrown ball. And Ellingson didn't have it for long. I want to see this again. If he actually caught it, took a couple of steps with it. Yeah, he clearly had possession there. Nice job coming over. Winland Hall, who we've seen play offense, makes a big impact on defense, punches that ball out. And a nice job, too, by Elliott, being aware of that and getting on it. Big turnover.
So first turnover of the game. And Eden Prairie gets the ball for the second time, 1st and 10 from the 45 of Maple Grove. No score. Just over 2.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Bockham, handoff, and there is Owen Conrad with his first carry tonight inside the 40, down to the 39, picks up 5, close to 6 yards. They're going to mark him at the 40, so officially a 5-yard run.
Yeah, nice patience. They run that out of the I formation. You get a guy with speed and burst behind the I. You can kind of read his blockers. You get an ISO block in front of you, and you see him just make that little lateral cut up the field and a burst of 5, 6 yards. Good win on first down.
On 2nd and 5, a timeout taken by Eden Prairie here. First timeout of the game. You know, Coach Grant didn't like what was happening on his, so his players were lining up, but he's going to bring the offense over to the sideline.
Yeah, looks like he's having fun, too.
Right.
Well, good start. I think last year in the playoff game it was 14-0 already at this point. So his team clearly come to play tonight, made a couple of big plays. And I think, too, you got to be, Maple Grove's defense always so tough. I think Eden Prairie happy with how they're moving the ball and being able to run the ball effectively, too. Week 1 against Stillwater, Maple Grove only gave up an average of 2.7 yards a play rushing the football, and they've always historically the last 3 to 5 years been so good at stopping the run.
Lost some good players from that defense. I mean, certainly bring some good players back, but lost a lot, especially along that defensive line last year. All new starters there this year.
Yeah, and it takes time. You got to remember, too, this isn't the team that's going to be at the end of the year, right? You got new players. It takes them time to get their rhythm and figure out their role.
Andrew Johnson trying to fight for a first down. He'll be brought down a yard shy. Julian Zapala on the tackle.
Yeah, Luke Smith coming in. He had 10 tackles in that first game against Stillwater. Came up, did a nice job. And again, I know I mentioned this, John, but just the depth at running back, the different guys that are touching the ball for Eden Prairie, you keep everyone fresh, too.
3rd and 1 from the Maple Grove 36.
This is their big unit. They call this their Eagle unit. A lot of big bodies up there.
They give it to Bates. He's got a first down, and he's down to the 30. Pickup of 6. Second carry for number 33 tonight.
Yeah, and he's when you got a guy that's 225 pounds, big, strong legs, and big bodies in front, it's hard to get any kind of push and keep him for no gain. That's the thing, John, that's so different nowadays from even, early 2000s, 1990s, just the size and strength of both of all these teams and all the players.
Hall gets the carry on first down. Tackle from behind. Vermout's had a busy first quarter at linebacker. Another tackle for him. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I mean, and this is Eden Prairie football. They will be content to run the ball every play and take 6 to 8 minutes off the clock. And sometimes you know what's coming. It's just a matter of stopping it. Right now, that offensive line getting a good push, and they're getting positive yards on every play.
From the 27 of Maple Grove, 2nd and 7, what should be the final play of the quarter. Handoff. This is Conrad, first down to the 20, to the 10, knocked out of bounds, inside the 10, maybe inside the 5.
You see that speed. You can see why he averaged 21 yards a carry in that first game. He's able to get to the outside and just turn it upfield. And then what I like the most too, John, is watch him finish this runoff. Really well blocked, but watch him finish off with a little power here. Not afraid to lower his shoulder, fights for a couple extra yards.
And that will be the end of the first quarter. No score. Eden Prairie and Maple Grove. The Eagles knocking on the door. Time for a break. More football on CCX after this.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Good crowd on hand tonight at Crimson Stadium. Two top 10 teams in 6A. No score. First and goal from the 7. First play of the second quarter. It's Justice Bates up the middle. He's inside the 5-yard line. And Bates has got his team in second and goal from the 3. Pick up a 4.
And you saw those linemen a good 5-6 yards down the field continuing to get a push. And I'm going to bet that we're going to see something similar to that. I wouldn't be surprised if he just said, run it again. Same play, same side.
Markham back into the huddle. Second and goal from the Maple Grove 3. This time it's Johnson. It's got a little seam and fights his way into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Eagles strike first.
Ran it the other way, and again, you just had a mix of Bates at 225, now Johnson at 200, and you see just the power in that push up front. Always big when you're on the road playing against a really good team. If you can get that score early, get that momentum, you quiet the crowd, that's a big, big response there. All off of that fumble, too. Got a short field to execute.
Harrison Cirk on for the extra point. Mason Hemish the holder. Kick is up and through. And it is 7-0 Eden Prairie.
I've seen those youth kids run after that extra point too. Yeah, watch this, just right. Good pull, really nice job up front. You see Ethan Sather, the guard, number 64, pulling, getting a nice kick out there, sealing it. And there's a contact right at about the 1 yard line. Just keeps those legs driving and into the end zone. And that's complimentary football, right? Defense comes up with a big play. They get that fumble. They get the recovery. Got a short field. Offense then has to do their part, and they came right down all on the ground, too.
Andrew Johnson in for the touchdown. Week 1, 2 carries for 8 yards, two touchdowns,
yep.
right?
Yep.
Third touchdown of the season.
Well, you know, last year, too, Maple Grove didn't have a lot of deficits, right? I mean, they had a couple of close games, battle with Minnetonka, but they always had when adversity hit, they were always able to respond. Let's see if they're able to put together a good drive here to match that and get it 7-7.
Jack Lundy on the return of this kickoff by Zirk, and it goes for 20 yards. So first down and 10 for Maple Grove, and it's been mistakes that have hurt them so far, right? I mean, they had the
penalty
first down, right?
Yeah.
The first down down to the 11. That was called back by a hold, and then the interceptor, or the fumble rather, on the last series.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Spurl and his staff, that's what you're saying is, hey guys, right now they're not beating us. We've kind of beat ourselves. Let's just execute, take care of the football, do our job. There's a good push too up front.
Nordvold gets the carry and brings it 4 yards out to the 29-yard line.
Talk about big backs for Eden Prairie. Jeffrey Nordvold, too, at 215, 220. And again, just getting that 4 yards on first down where there just wasn't much there. That's just all physicality, all push. And now you set your offense up for really good success.
Second down and 6 after the 4-yard gain. Engel will get the carry. It's a good block on that left side. First down. Shows that good speed and gets out to the 40-yard line. Then picks up a first down on a gain of 11.
Yeah, nice job blocking there on the left. Good patience, too, I thought that time by Engel, too. He looked like he might have cut it inside, but he waited and he saw that opening to the outside. Right there, you kind of weren't sure. Nice job blocking down the field, too, by Nordvold, sealing that edge.
First and 10 from the 40. Crimson quickly back up to the line of scrimmage. Here's Engel again, 45-yard line, and gets 7, maybe 8 more yards.
Yeah, same play, and again, nice job sealing. And he's hitting those holes quick. You see that burst, too, really impressive. But you pick up 8 yards on first down. Don't be surprised here to see a play action. Maybe try to take a shot down the field. Use Caden Harney's big arm, knowing that you got, if it worse, incompletion, you still got 3rd and 2.
From the 48. Good call. Play action, but a short throw over the middle. It is a completion. Another catch and a broken tackle, and Ellington getting a few more yards with that. Yeah, first down for Maple Grove. Pick up a 10.
Nice tackle by Mark Anderson there as well. I love the call, play action, easy throw. And I also love that you get Ellington the ball back, right? Hey, we're going to go to you. He's a big target, a good tight end. And they went right back to him, held on to that football. So now you kind of get everyone back into rhythm there. And that's Maple Grove football too, right? Establish the run, get some big plays there, and use that talented quarterback who's been so accurate with the football.
First and 10, Maple Grove from the 42. Play action. Harney going deep this time and overshoots Nordvold at the sideline. Hall on the coverage. It was tight to the sideline and incomplete.
And actually a really smart throw there. Instead of throwing that ball, down the seam where it could be picked off, threw it to the outside where either his guy or nobody is going to make that play. So don't think for a second that was a missed throw. I think that was just a smart decision and well defended too by Eden Prairie. Eden Prairie with a lot of new defensive coaches this year. They had a defensive staff that's been there since I played, John, in the mid-'90s. So they got some new staff, some new ideas, different energy in that defense.
Second down and 10. This is Engel, and not much doing this time. He is stopped and thrown for a short loss. Gavin Walden, we've seen him on offense. Defensive lineman and running back on the stop. I'll give Engel forward progress. Got about half a yard.
I'll tell you, Walden just looks like a football player.
Right.
I'd much rather be up here commentating than trying to block that guy. That's a big play. Like, people don't realize second down, if they could get 5, 6, 7 yards there, now you got everything in the book. Now you're in some type of trick play or definitely a passing situation. When the defense knows what to expect, it makes it that much harder to execute against it.
On third down, Harney, big rush up the middle, gets the throw away, trying to go for Nordvold and incomplete. Andrew Johnson on the coverage downfield. It's fourth down, and presumably Maple Grove will punt here, and that's what they will do.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Harney had to get rid of that about a second before he wanted to. You could see he had to throw it with the pressure coming. Eden Prairie bringing the blitz. Stood in there as long as he could. And he tried to throw. You see him got a little bit more elevation on it, trying to get Nordvold to run under that. Nordvold either was being held or he slowed up a little bit. I thought maybe he could have got there under that, but well-timed blitz, and it made him get rid of the ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to.
Henry Knutson is the starting puncher at flag down.
Yeah, false start on Maple Grove.
Back up to Crimson to the 46-yard line.
If anything, I thought maybe Maple Grove would go with a hard snap there and try to get a 5-yard penalty.
And then maybe think about going
and then
for
maybe
it.
think about going
Yeah.
for it with a shorter field and shorter down in distance. But
High snap. Knutsen's got to go back for it. Picks it up. Trying to do something with it here, and he's not going to be able to get even to the 40-yard line. Took a hard hit at the end, too. Eden Prairie comes up with a big play on special teams. Jaden Bates, 99 among those, but another Maple Grove mistake, the high snap, and Knutsen just couldn't recover there.
yeah, just mistakes like that you just aren't used to seeing with Maple Grove. Knutsen, tall, athletic, almost got that. Did a good job. I think he was trying to buy some time where he could maybe still get the kick off, but Eden Prairie, the rush, collapsed on it. And that's the equivalent of a turnover there.
Right.
You save 30 to 40 yards of field position. Eden Prairie offense again with a short field to work with.
Goes officially as a 17-yard loss on 4th down. Here's Anderson spinning away, getting out of a couple of tackles, and he's close to a first down. Or Andrew Johnson with the run again of 9 yards.
Yeah, just running with an attitude. All their running backs right now are just running hard and fighting for extra yards. Nice spin move. And the second and short, this is where Eden Prairie with a reverse, a screen, some type of trick play on second and short. Wouldn't be surprised to see it.
Johnson now 4 carries, 29 yards and a touchdown. He'll get the call again. He's got a first down. Not a lot of yards, but he only needed 1 for a first down, picked up 3. 6th first down of the first half for Eden Prairie.
Yeah, mixed in 2 short passes, but otherwise it's all been on the ground. You know, and that's one thing Coach Grant, he'll identify if something's working. He doesn't care how flashy it is or trying to be diverse. Will run it until you figure out a way to stop it. And right now, I think he's got to love how his offensive line and how his running backs are pounding the rock between the tackles.
1st and 10 from the 25. Johnson again hit in the backfield, breaks that tackle and gets through to the 19-yard line. There's a flag down. The tackle attempt came up high by Scanson. I don't know if he got a part of a face mask as well, if this is going to be tacked on or if it's an offensive line penalty. No, it is against Eden Prairie.
Yeah, Jack Baden.
Coach Grant does not like that call. Let's see it again.
Yeah, Scanson. Yeah,
no face mask. It was up high, but
you know, and that's the thing too. These running backs, you can't hit them up high with their power and the way they're running with their legs. Got to hit them low and keep those legs driving, drive them back. If you can't bring them down yourself, you hold on, and then that Maple Grove pursuit that's been so good over the years got to come in and gang tackle.
well, instead of 2nd and 4, Ryan, now it's 1st and 20.
Yep.
Back at the 35.
Remember, we saw Maple Grove on the drive with that penalty that pushed them back.
Conrad out to the right, showing off that speed. He's down to the 20-yard line to the 19. Another flag is down.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a hold on the outside.
Was a gain of 16 yards. Wow, that hurts. That's Bates this time, the running back. It's flagged.
Yeah, running out of the eye there. He's the lead running back. And that's hard to do, blocking some of these people on the move. You can see him out in front. And if you get to the outside right there, and probably didn't need to, right? I mean, you can see the speed that Conrad has. You just get him to the outside, then let him go. Anytime you're on the inside and the defender's on the outside and you got your hands on him, it looks fishy. So now you got, what, first and 25.
This is Conrad, broke a tackle, gets back to the 33-yard line.
What about? They're getting in there with the tackle.
We'll bring up 2nd down, but still 17 yards to go.
Yeah, got 8 on that. If they can get, back to, another 7 to 10 yards and get it 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. Great student section. Great night for football, John. I know it's this is football for me. That 50s to 60s, just a beautiful night for Minnesota football. We only get a few weeks. We go from 90 to snow, right. So let's enjoy this.
On 2nd down and 17, this is Conrad again, and he gets spun back. Herbert has been so busy in that first half. The senior running back, the backup last year, they had a solid crew of seniors, along with a couple of that have come back, but you get the opportunity on Friday nights as a senior, you take advantage, right? You work hard in the offseason.
You do, and he's been involved in almost every tackle tonight. But that was a big one right there, keeping him in check. Now you set up 3rd and really long. Got to watch for screen passes. You don't want to get anything behind you. See if you can get a pass rush, maybe force a turnover here.
On 3rd and 16, they'll keep it on the ground, and it's a short gain inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Is Windland Hall on the carry, Will Raymond on the tackle, and 4th and long here for Eden Prairie, 4th and 12.
They're going to kick that. Harrison Sirk, the kicker, coming in. He's going to be, what is this going to end up being? Yeah, about a 44-yard field goal.
Kick, low line driver off the crossbar, just short.
I'll tell you, it's a win and a lose for Maple Grove. I think you feel good. You got the stop. You missed field goal, but you also didn't stop them. Penalties stopped them, right? And so you got to start thinking, how do we stop this running attack right now? And if you're Eden Prairie, you know you probably left something on the table with those back-to-back huge penalties. Look at that. Looked good. It was right down the middle. Just another foot or so, John. Literally about 6 inches higher, and that would have been good.
Maple Grove takes over from the 20-yard line. Angle, big burst up the middle. Oh, he almost broke it. Picks up 15 out to the 35, and then had a chance to go for 80 if it weren't for Mac Anderson's tackle.
Yeah, came in and really saved a touchdown there. Angle with the burst of speed did a nice job there. Good job up front. Nothing fancy, just right up the middle. And a touchdown saving tackle by the free safety.
Angle gets the call again. And he's got another first down, Ryan. So he picks up 15 on that first play and then gets another 11, maybe 12 yards here.
Yeah, a little momentum. You talk about momentum, John. Missed field goal. All Eden Prairie's favor. Here's Maple Grove now coming out of the gates, bursting. A couple of big runs, their biggest plays of the night so far.
1st and 10, Maple Grove from their 47-yard line. Angle still in the backfield. He'll get the call for the 3rd time in a row into Eden Prairie territory. Picks up 4, close to 5 yards.
They look like a little more full speed, don't they? Like a little more burst here. The offensive line is crisp. You're seeing them blow out. Angle getting that burst. They're just maybe a little bit more urgency now after a couple of drives, being down 7-0. Maybe recognizing this is one of those kind of championship drives, if you will, where you got to make a statement in a big game.
He had 20 yards the first few drives, 31 on 3 carries here on this drive already. Down to 3.5 minutes to play in a quick-moving first half. 7-0 Eden Prairie. Angle again inside the 45, still going down to the 40. It's another first down.
Well, just really well blocked up front. I mean, good burst by Angle, but just really well blocked. Anytime you can run between the tackles and you have about 3 or 4 feet of space like that, you know your offensive line did their job. And let's see if Maple Grove can, being successful with that run, maybe Eden Prairie tracks a safety or an outside backer down in the box, and then you take advantage of that Caden Harney arm. Don't be surprised to see Ellingson again down the seam, a big tight end.
Gain of 9 will be Angle. First down run of 5 yards, tackled by Johnson.
And the pace too, you're seeing him just kind of hurry up a little bit here. I like it.
Yeah, this series, all runs by Angle, 15, 12, 4, 9, and 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 35. Stick with it, right?
Yep. Oh, good cut.
Angle,
yep.
and he fights for 4 yards here. He'll be a little shy of the first down.
Yeah, very subtle there, but a quick little sidestep there, and you saw him avoid the contact in the backfield.
Ball ripped out at the end, and a little chatter back and forth. What are we going to have here?
Got a flag? Yeah, a flag. That's the last thing, if you're Crimson, you don't want to see that flag with this momentum you got going. You don't want to get backed up.
And it goes on the defense on sportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, Brain Minta.
You get 2 of those and you're out. After the play, right, 85. Well, you said something, Nagel. See, and the official's right there, so it was verbal, nothing physical.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, too, Engel might be getting tired, but you think back to some of these great Maple Grove running backs. Remember Evan Hull when he'd get like 46 carries and just get better and better as the game went along? Seems like that's happening with Engel. He's getting quicker, faster.
1st and 10 at the 16. Angle again, and he's inside the 10. Gain of 7, close to 8 yards before he's brought down.
Yeah, nice job by Bashada and Emerson there on that left side, but just a little subtle cut. He was coming to the left, and he cut it back a little bit upfield to the right and able to avoid that initial contact and just explode forward. He pick up 7 on 1st down.
2nd down and 3 from just inside the 10. Maple Grove looking for a tying touchdown here late in the first half. Thompson in motion. They give to Engel again. This time Eden Prairie able to stuff him back and throw him back. I don't know if he got anything on that. 3rd down.
Nice job. Luke Elliott, the linebacker, coming up to make the tackle. Hit him low. Yeah, there was no forward momentum there.
Under a minute to go. Maple Grove still all their timeouts. Nordvold, the fullback. But it'll be Engel again on the carry.
Nice cut. There's that cut again. I think he got it.
Oh, might be a little bit short.
Yeah.
Looks like this is going to be, I think it's going to be 4th down. Clock is still running, and I think Maple Grove now is taking a timeout. With 33 seconds, 4th and about a yard to go.
Well, remember, it was 4th and short like this on their opening drive, and they went with a toss sweep to the outside. Eden Prairie got some good penetration into the backfield. Let's see if they, there's that good crowd there. Let's see if they change it up here, keep quarterback sneak or something up the middle. This is where you trust those big guys up front. You got to go win that 1 yard. Games come down to inches sometimes, and this is a big one. Think of the momentum. Eden Prairie gets a stop here. They go into the half, up 7. They get the ball first in the second half. You don't want to get behind to Eden Prairie by 2 scores. That's when they're dangerous, when they can just run and milk that clock. So by far the biggest play of the game, I think, so far here. Maple Grove converts. Obviously, they still have to put it in the end zone, but this is a big one.
Band out here tonight in full force. Home opener for Maple Grove football 2025. And a big 4th down play here. 4th and 1 for the Crimson from the 7 of Eden Prairie.
Run to that right side.
Marty will hand off. Engel's got a 1st down.
Nice.
It'll be 1st and goal inside the 5.
Yeah, and Eden Prairie, I think, knew what was coming. They had more defensive linemen and linebackers on that left side of Maple Grove. They still won the push. Able to get the 1st down. Timeout Maple Grove.
They brought Breland Coleman, the big lineman, into the backfield as the fullback there. 6 foot, 245-pound senior to lead the way Engel gets the first down.
Yeah, so how do you ISO against that and then make a tackle? And Eden Prairie does it too. They bring these goal line units, these big bodies in, and it's hard to get them to no gain on that.
First and goal, Maple Grove. 1 timeout remaining now, 33 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, and I don't wonder, too, if they don't have 2 plays called, right? You're starting to worry. I mean, 33 seconds still plenty of time with that 1 timeout, but you don't want to sell yourself short here.
Toss to Engel. Left side, jumping for the end zone, but he rolled in. Definitely short. Down at the 1 yard line, 2nd down and goal. Clock continues to run.
Yeah, it didn't look like there was much there. And again, that just great change of pace, getting up the field. I wonder if they're going to spike it here.
Down to 15, down to 12 seconds to go.
Quarterback sneak.
And now a timeout.
Timeout Maple Grove or Eden Prairie? Eden Prairie.
I think Eden Prairie will. Yeah. Let's set the clock back to 13 seconds. That helps Maple Grove. It's still got the one timeout in your pocket, so you could again run it if you're stopped short and call that last timeout. But you're down to the 1 yard line. Engel almost got there on the last play, but
I think they were getting ready to do a quarterback sneak there, and I don't think Coach Grand and their staff liked how they were lined up. Now you allow Maple Grove to think about it, and you ride the hot hand with Engel and reward him, or do you give it to your quarterback, big body, and just move it up front?
11 plays on this drive, all runs by James Engel, plus he had the 15-yard penalty on Eden Prairie.
Both teams right now are their offensive line are dominating the line of scrimmage. They're running the football really effectively. And you could argue penalties hurt both teams on drives. This could be a 14-7 game right now.
2nd and goal from the 1. It's Harney trying to push his way in. 2nd effort, and he got there.
Smart. And you see the body, the size of him, right? He just got those big legs. He's a big body for a quarterback. You got the motion to the left. Defense is thinking that toss to the left again with Engel, and then you go quarterback sneak to the right. And it did. It makes me go back to that 4th and 1 on that first drive, John. If they would have QB sneaked it and just converted that 4th down, this could very easily be a 14-7 Maple Grove score. But a really nice drive, a response they needed to have to answer. You didn't want to go into halftime down a score.
Preston Berg with the extra point. 9 seconds left in the half. Maple Grove has tied it.
Big time drive. And you could tell the urgency really right off the bat on that drive, just the way Engel ran. And there's the push, pretty well defended, but then you get a big, strong quarterback.
So it looks like we're going to have a 7-7 game. So we go to halftime, 9 seconds left.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, is you left nothing on the clock for Eden Prairie to even, assuming that you can hold on the kickoff, wouldn't be surprised to see kind of one of those line drive kicks on the ground. But you defend the kickoff, you go in 7-7, left no time for Eden Prairie's offense either. And you think of Maple Grove with the fumble and the high snap on the punt, really essentially 2 turnovers. To go into halftime with the score tied, you'll take it.
Ben Poland is the kickoff specialist. He does keep it on the ground. It'll be fielded, bounced, picked up again at the 20 and carried out to the 28-yard line. Bodie Hedlund on the return with 2 seconds left. So Maple Grove, you got to have a couple of guys back just in case, but I don't imagine this is more than a kneel down for Eden Prairie, right? Or handoff. But
yeah, I'm giving the ball to Conrad and saying maybe you can make it happen.
But you look at the Maple Grove defense, they've got 4 guys 15 yards or more off the ball. And it's just a kneel down by Bockham, and that is the end of the first half. Well, I expected a good game, 2 top 10 teams, and that's what we got at the break. Eden Prairie 7, Maple Grove 7 on Dave Malenke Youth Football Night here at Maple Grove. We'll take a break. We'll come back. First half highlights, stats, and more. You're watching high school football on CCX.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Eden Prairie 7, Maple Grove 7, halftime. High school football tonight on CCX. John Jacobson and Ryan Iverson with you as we look at highlights from the first half. First quarter drive for Maple Grove, the second time they had the football. Good completion here. Caden Harney to Karis Ellingson, but then the forced fumble and the recovery by Eden Prairie, and they turn this into points a few plays later. They get their running game going, and it's been going pretty well overall in the first half. But when Conrad with a late first quarter run that brings them down inside the 10-yard line. A couple plays later, they switch sides, going the other way for the start of the second quarter, and the touchdown run. Andrew Johnson in from 3 yards out to make it 7-0. And then the high snap on the what would have been a punt by Henry Knudsen turns into a 17-yard loss. Unfortunately for Maple Grove, Eden Prairie not able to cash in with any points. They get some yards, and then the long 44-yard field goal attempt just short on the try there from Harrison Sirk.
Right after back-to-back penalties, too, that moved them back.
And then a steady dose of James Engel, number 24 for Maple Grove on their next drive. He carried it all the way down to the 1-yard line, and then the drive finished off right before halftime on the 1-yard run. Second effort getting Caden Harney in for the first home points of the season for Maple Grove. Extra points good, and we are at 7-7.
That was a big drive there to conclude that half.
103 yards rushing for Eden Prairie, 21 passing for 124. Maple Grove just 78 yards of total offense. A lot of that came on that last drive, although they have more first downs, ironically, 9-6. Penalties have hurt both teams. Eden Prairie with a 15-yarder on that last drive that helped that drive along, and they were able to take advantage of the one turnover by the Crimson in the first quarter on the Anderson touchdown.
Those 56 rushing yards, I mean, I don't know how many, but a lot of them came on that last drive.
Yeah, well, they lost 17 on that fourth down punt. That hurts that yardage a little bit. Yeah.
Great crowd here tonight. Everyone excited to have the defending state champions at home. Top 10 matchup. Maple Grove fans always showing out.
7-7 our score. Back to break. And more football from Crimson Stadium after this.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Great Friday night for football on CCX, and a great matchup so far. Eden Prairie and Maple Grove all tied up 7-7 We get ready for the start of the second half. Ryan, what would you like to see if you're each coach coming out to start the second half?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how defensively, how both teams, if they'd make any changes stopping the run. I feel like both teams had 2 drives that were cut short due to penalties. Otherwise, they probably would have scored on both of them. So neither one really stopping the run very effectively. And then I want to see, too, if the run does slow down, which quarterback, which offense can maybe get a big play in the passing game. And the other thing to keep an eye on is turnovers. Eden Prairie's been really clean with the football, but can Maple Grove get an onside kick here or a turnover and get a short field? Like, is there some type of play like that that'll change the momentum for one of these teams? Otherwise, I think we're in for a very similar second half. Both offenses moving the football and seeing, who can make a big play.
Poland on the second half kickoff. It is fielded at the 9-yard line. This is Hall. Out to the 20, broke a tackle there, and working his way out to near the 30-yard line. A tough kickoff return by the junior Windland Hall.
Yeah, he's had a couple of nice runs offensively. Punched out that football on that fumble that led to the fumble recovery and turnover. So really.
Fun fact about Windland Hall, his grandfather, also Windland Hall, this is Windland III, played for Mike Grant's father, Bud Grant, on the last Viking Super Bowl team back in 1976.
Full circle there.
Yeah.
That's some good CCX background reporting there.
First down run. That was a good run coming back to the middle by Conrad. He saw nothing on the right side, cuts it back, and picks up 4 yards.
Yeah, I was super impressed with him, how he ran, his speed. Even a play like that where there just wasn't much there, able to pick up 5 yards.
At 5 carries tonight, 38 yards.
Which most people would say 7 yards a carry is good. For him, that's only about a third of what he's used to getting per carry.
Get the call again, hit at the line of scrimmage and only got a yard or so. Bryce Guerin on the tackle for Maple Grove.
Yeah, and the time they got pushed into the backfield, they were able to get Conrad before he was able to get that speed and get upfield. So that was good push that time by Maple Grove.
Pickup of 2, 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, and a big play here. I think Maple Grove able to get a stop for no gain or in the backfield, and you set up a punt. You get your offense back on the field where they're coming off of that last great drive.
Give to Conrad again. He won't get there. Verbout, I think, got him by the foot, and then there's Guerin finishing him off. No gain, 4th down. Inside their 40, and presumably Eden Prairie will punt here.
Yeah, big time play that time. And that's where I think with Eden Prairie, John, the lack of throwing the football, right? You saw Maple Grove, those linebackers coming up. There's blitzing through the A gaps there, and they got about 8 or 9 guys in the box able to get push. And that's where I think you got to be able to balance that really good running attack with just spot throws to keep a defense honest.
Andrew Johnson is the punter for Eden Prairie, their first punt of the night. It's a good solid kick away, handled at the 30-yard line. T.J. Williams on the return brings it out to the 40, and that's where Maple Grove will start on their opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't ask for anything better. Your last offensive possession for Maple Grove, you moved the ball down the field, scored. Your defense comes out 3 and out. We talked at halftime, what do we need to see? Well, how are you going to stop the run? Maple Grove did a nice job there. And now you get good field position with an offense that's been in a good rhythm.
Harney just threw the ball 5 times in the first half, 2 of 5 for 22 yards. Had the 1 run for a touchdown on the final play for Maple Grove's offense in the first half. This is Nordvold, the fullback. Gets out past the 45, headed to Duluth next year, close to 6 yards. Third carry for him.
Yeah, and you just a little mix up there. You give a little balance. You give Engel a chance to break, and you throw him off guard. And a good push, nothing fancy, but a good 5-6 yard pickup there on first down. What Maple Grove hasn't had is negative plays or penalties here in that last successful drive.
2nd and 4. It's back to James Engel. right side.
Nice tackle.
And gets only a couple of yards to the 48 before he's brought down and tackled on the play by Mac Anderson.
Yeah, that looked like there was some room there. He slithered through the line of scrimmage. It looked like he might get some daylight. Anderson, nice job coming up from that free safety spot. Good tackle.
We shorted Maple Grove 20 yards of rushing in that first half when we gave you that stat. Engel actually 84 yards rushing in the first half on 17 carries. And now a 3rd down and 2. And will Eden Prairie be able to make the stop like Maple Grove's defense did on the last Eagles offensive series? Nordvold going up the middle. Looks like he's got it where they're spotting it.
There didn't look like there was much there, John. And then that last kind of surge, you saw that pile. It's hard to see him with the ball, but you saw that pile move forward, and they're going to pick up enough for the first down. Kind of same down and distance Eden Prairie just had on their opening drive. Only difference here, Maple Grove able to convert.
That's some injuries up front, but this line that's the 5 in place tonight have done a nice job, especially here in this last 2 series. 1st and 10 now from midfield. Engel. And he gets forward to the 45-yard line. He's a good hard runner,
yeah,
Ryan.
He really is.
He doesn't go down at first contact. Finally brought down on the play by Luke Henry, but it looked like he was going to go for maybe 3, and he got 5.
Yeah, and he runs hard. Yeah, you see a tackle up high there by Luke Henry, grabbing him around the head. As a defender, sometimes you just bring them down any way that you can, but I noticed on that last drive and even carried into this drive the urgency that Engel seems to be running with. Not that he wasn't running that way to start, but he just seems a step quicker and more explosive.
Roll out on the play action. Harney timed to throw a little bit high and incomplete. Trying to go to Ellingson. And it'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, that's always dangerous as a receiver. You bat that ball. If there's a defender in the area, that could lead to an interception. I think he wanted to throw that ball to Nordvold coming out of the flat, but Nordvold tripped, and he ended up having to throw it a little bit early. Nordvold was going to release right there, a little bit behind him. And yeah, lucky no turnover there. But now you're in the 3rd and long. Short field, so you don't necessarily have to get it all, but can you get 4 or 5 yards here? Set up a 4th and short.
Harney will set up in the shotgun. Engel next to him here on 3rd and 5 from the Eden Prairie 45. He'll roll out under pressure, steps forward and gets forward to the 41-yard line. There you go, Ryan. He got that 3, maybe 4 yards there, and set up 4th down, and it looks like 1 from the 41.
Yeah, it took a shot at the end of that run, but that was a designed run, it looked like. They were rolling him hard to the left. He never looked like he was going to set his feet and throw. Like that was just designed that way. But he got some big yards. He finished strong, and now you got less than a yard. I mean, good pursuit. Look at all those white jerseys pursuing. But watch the end of this. There's a pop here. Yeah, took a couple of pops, low and high. That's always the scary part when you have your quarterback carry the ball. High formation. The quarterback sneaked the last time they were in this situation at the goal line.
Give it to Engel instead, and he's not going to get there. He lost half a yard. And Eden Prairie, 2nd time in the game, they stop Maple Grove on 4th and short and get the football back.
Yeah, ran the ball outside again. Some initial contact, and then Anderson from that safety position again coming up and making a big tackle. Just great tackle, and that's what you need, your D-back.
So Eden Prairie stops Maple Grove, and they get the football back.
Well, both teams, we talked the key, how to stop the run. Both teams figuring it out here to start the second half.
This is Conrad on the first carry of this drive, and he's driven back after he got a few positive yards. Crimson aggressive defensively there, come up and gang tackle him.
The game seems to have gotten a little more physical, John. There's some more hitting going on. Running backs are running hard. Defensive players now are hitting hard, gang tackle. So it's definitely the physicality, especially on defense, I think by both teams, is picked up.
2nd down and 8 after a gain of 2 to the 43. Bockham to throw, and it looks like it was short of his receiver. Yep. Hit the turf, trying to go to Cooper Fawning, who he threw to once in the first half.
Love the call there, great play action. He had his guy. That's just one of those you can see. That was close.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it was close, but the referee came in from the sideline right away.
I thought initially it definitely bounced. That time it almost looked like his hands might have gotten underneath that. But you got that big target like that. You got to throw that ball up high. Those are throws. They're not going to ask you to throw much because they run the ball so well, but you got to complete those. Take advantage of those.
3rd and 8. Bockham will loft this one to the sideline and incomplete. Coverage by Gavin Elmquist. And incomplete for Eden Prairie, and so a couple incompletions after a short run on first down, and Maple Grove will get it back.
Yeah, and Bockham that time, you got the 6'7" receiver to the outside. That one, you got to give him a chance to go make that catch. That ball thrown a little too high into the outside. When you got a weapon like that, there were 2 plays that Fawning, I think, could have probably made those catches. You got to give him a chance to make them. Yeah, both defenses definitely playing with a little more urgency here in the second half.
Johnson with his 2nd punt here of the 3rd quarter.
Ooh, got a good one.
Good deep kick. Brings Williams back to the 20-yard line. Ball is out to the sideline, and Maple Grove will jump back on it and recovered. Recovered near the sideline there by Luke Smith.
Yeah, heads-up play. The ball probably would have gone out of bounds, but you love to see that attention to detail, getting on the ground, recovering it. But really nice punt. And well covered by Eden Prairie. There you see that ball pop right out. Nice hit by Max Weichel.
Maple Grove football, 1st and 10, just outside their 25. Halfway through the 3rd quarter. No points here in the 3rd yet. 2nd possession of the half for the Crimson. This is Harney on the designed run. Gained 4 yards, close to 5 on first down.
And I like that they're getting him involved in the running game, if nothing else, just for a little bit of diversity there, right? So you can't just focus on Engel. Nice job, too, by Gavin Walden. The defensive end came all the way from the weak side on pursuit and made that tackle. Nothing fancy, John, but 3 to 4 yards, and again, just a little bit something different to keep that defense honest.
8 of 3, 2nd and 7. Enough to Engel up the middle. There's a big hole, and there he goes. No flags. James Engel, 71 yards for a touchdown.
I was just going to say there was about 10 guys from Eden Prairie, John, in the box, all on the line of scrimmage or within a yard or 2 of it, and he broke through there, and there was no safety in the middle of the field. Well blocked up front. He got to that 2nd level, and he looked like he got shot out of a rocket. Big play. Wow.
Engel with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and Maple Grove has its first lead tonight. Extra point from Berg is up and through, and it's 14-7 with 5:08 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, watch this up front. He gets through the middle right there, and there's nobody in the middle of the field. No safety or linebacker there. Eden Prairie had everyone up in the box there. And you kind of felt like if they could break through that line of scrimmage, that opening was going to be there, and he just took it and ran with it. No one was going to catch him.
So it's Trevor Skalicki, 67, Matthew Peruse, 71, both driving their guys to the right and opening up that hole for 24.
Yeah, Peruse going to Montana State, which is a FCS powerhouse too. And you see why. He did a great job of helping open up that hole. Engel's pumped up, and he should be. Maple Grove now with a little bit of life. Their crowd's back into it.
And Engel now with that run up to 161 yards rushing on 21 carries.
Yeah, and you think about Eden Prairie on that first half drive, John, when the punt snap went over the head, missed the field goal. I mean, it could have been 10-0 instead, 14 unanswered points for Maple Grove.
Wendland Hall with an opening. Riney gets out to the 45 on the kick return. A little slow developing at first, and the Maple Grove a little bit over pursued it. Hall gets a couple of blocks, finds the seam, and gets his team in good field position.
Well, we saw him get a few carries to start the game, and he's just slippery when he's got the ball in his hands. And kind of the same thing here. Nothing fancy, but he just kind of makes it happen. Nice little cut, makes a couple of guys miss. And maybe that spark gets the momentum back to Eden Prairie. Let's see if they can capitalize on really good field position. And now you got to almost think it's a must-score drive for Eden Prairie.
Conrad, he's in trouble, and he's going to go down. Well pursued. Luke Smith, the first one to get there. He had plenty of help.
That was number 20 on number 20 right there, and he did a nice job, Smith did, of not allowing Conrad to get to the outside, and then you saw the pursuit coming down the line. Just nowhere to go for Conrad. Really well defended. One of the very few times tonight where Eden Prairie's had a negative play.
Julian Sampola, 55, helped force him wide.
And look at all the Crimson coming running to the ball. But if you can just keep Conrad from getting to the outside where he's got that great speed.
Lots of force, 2nd and 14. Backham. Roll out right, throws, and it's almost intercepted. That's Bo Thien. We haven't talked about him tonight. He's going to give himself push-ups for not coming up with that. He's one of the returning starters at linebacker. Really had a nice junior year. And
he did.
Almost
he had
huge
the plays last year. He did. Yeah. That's a tough one here, and it's Vikings fans. You think of Brett Favre, right? Come rolling to your right, maybe throwing a little bit against your body. That ball kind of hung in the air a little bit, and I think Bo saw it coming. He made a great play on the ball.
3rd and 14. Backham looking back to his left. Conrad on the reception, falls down, and only gets a couple of yards. I don't know if he would have had it first, but certainly would have had more than the two he ended up with.
I don't know if Verbout got a hand on his foot there or if he just stumbled on his own, but you're right. He had blockers in front of him. Definitely would have gone for more than that. Eden Prairie just not built to be 3rd and 14, right? They're built to that 2nd, 3rd, and short. But a nice play, screen coming back to the weak side.
No, he just tripped on his own.
Yeah. And Luke Smith was there, but we've seen Conrad make guys miss, so he would have picked up a few more for sure.
This kick by Johnson is 3rd of the quarter, out of bounds.
After not punting once in the first half. Eden Prairie with 3 straight 3-and-outs. And I'll tell you, the play that set that up was when Luke Smith got that loss on Conrad on the first down there to move him back 4 or 5 yards. So Maple Grove really doing a nice job defending that run.
So I feel like another big drive already, right? Maple Grove scores again.
Yeah, and I think
2 scores.
When you don't necessarily trust your quarterback to go win you a game passing the ball, if Maple Grove can score here and go up 2 scores, I think it puts Eden Prairie, John, in a really tough spot.
But they're not there yet. Engel on first down. Gets 4 yards out to the 34-yard line.
You know, in the great teams, it seems like offense picks defense up, right? Defense maybe gave up a big play or struggling, then offense has to kind of compensate and make up for it. And right now, Eden Prairie's offense is stuck here in the 3rd quarter. They need a defensive play, a fumble, an interception, a big sack, something to kind of jumpstart and change the momentum back to the Eagles' side. Maple Grove just seems like they're in a good rhythm right now offensively.
2nd down and 6, inside of 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Engel takes the toss, gets a good kick-out block from Nordfold, and it's out to the 39-yard line. Almost to the 40. He's going to be short. 3rd down and less than a yard.
Yeah, I'll tell you, they move Nordvold around, and it almost seems like whatever side of the field he's going to, that's the side they're running on. You could see that time did a nice job at just kicking that defensive end or outside linebacker out. And Engel did a nice job of reading that too.
3rd and short from the 39. He'll give to Nordvold. He's got a couple of yards to the 41.
Yeah, I like that straightforward, quick play, no chance for the defense to get that penetration into the backfield. You know, we talked about Nordvold as a blocker too, but I mean, he's 6'1", 215 pounds and gets behind that big offensive line. Pretty hard to stop him for no gain.
5 carries, 18 yards for Nordvold. 1st and 10, Maple Grove from their 41. They'll give it to him again. Bounces outside and gets close to 4 yards to the 45 before he's brought down.
Yeah, and Andrew Johnson, who we've seen a lot running the ball, punting the ball, that time made a nice tackle. But how about Nordvold that time, John? I thought he was getting stuck for no gain up the middle, and you see him bounce it out to the outside. So well defended up front, but keep those legs moving. God, it's physical out there. Those guys, both sides, really, they're hitting.
The little stiff arm too on Johnson to give himself another couple of yards. 2nd down and 6 now from the 45.
Watch that toss to the left.
Toss to Engel. 45 cuts it back to midfield into Eden Prairie territory to the 49 and a 1st down.
Well, and I like what Coach Spurl's doing here. He's seeing something that's working. They like that toss out to the left. Get Nordvold out there. In the first half, he was blocking the guy inside, and you saw Engel, you know, cutting that ball to the outside. Now it's more of a kick-out block, and you see Engel able to turn that up north, up the field, and just explode in a big 1st down.
24 carries, 176 yards, and a touchdown for Engel. Now in Eden Prairie territory. 1st and 10 from the 49. Harney wanting to throw on 1st down. Throws over the middle. He's got Nordvold to the 20. Gets a good block downfield, and it's a touchdown. 49 yards.
They throw a flag. They threw a flag, John, on that block downfield. No way.
And this is going to come back, I think, because of that block.
I thought it was a great block. You said it. Josh Thompson, number 12. Down the field. I don't know what they're going to call that.
He's a defensive player. It's not like defensive receiver.
No, and he got in the
like
way and put his hand. It wasn't
right.
like he blindsided him or went at his head at all. Great call. They ran seams right up the middle of the field there. Great read by Caden Harney. Great call. And Nordvold just ran right down the seam.
Spurl wants an explanation. I don't think he cares for it, but we'll see. There you go. No. Defensive penalty. All right. On Isaiah Kelly. We'll have to see that again after.
Was he the defensive back that got blocked? Is that?
Yeah, I think so. But when you saw it, and after you saw the block, you assumed, oh, they've got something on Maple Grove here.
He didn't hold him, and it wasn't like he blindsided him or went at his head. He just kind of got in the way.
Berg, his 3rd extra point of the game. And with 27 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, it's now 21-7. So look at it again.
Yeah, you see the seams right up the middle, wide open. Now you see down here at the bottom.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that block.
He grabbed. I didn't think that was a foul either, though. That should have been a no flag. But that was a really well-designed play. I don't know if you saw that, John, but you see Ellingson, number 88, he was kind of running just a few feet in front, and what he did is occupy the linebacker, and then what it did is it allowed Nordvold to kind of go right up the seam behind him with no defender in the area. And again, nice block down the field, too, by Josh Thompson. I don't know if Isaiah Kelly would have caught him, but that was just a really well-designed pass route. Excellent throw. Caden Harney hits him right in stride.
Well, his third completion tonight for Harney, but that one
made it count.
Gives Maple Grove, a 2-score lead late in the third quarter. Hall had a good kick return on the last kickoff, but they get the extra 15 yards because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. That's what was called on that, on the penalty on Kelly, and that gives Maple Grove an easy chance to get a touchback on the kickoff.
Yeah, now it puts Eden Prairie in a position that they're not used to being in, and they're not built for it, right? Trying to score quickly. You know, if you're Maple Grove, you're loading that box up, and you're going to say, hey, you know, Jackson, Backham, beat us with your arm, because we're not going to allow you to get big gains running the football.
Backham 3 of 7 passing tonight for 23 yards.
Yeah, had a couple nice early completions, had a good rhythm going.
Toss to Conrad. He's dropped in the backfield. And a loss on the play of 3 yards. There's Bo Thien on the tackle.
Yeah, and you can see they're setting that edge a lot better than they did in the first half. The other thing is we haven't seen Andrew Johnson run the football at all here in the second half. I thought Eden Prairie really had a nice mix going in the first half with a bunch of different ball carriers getting the ball and getting to the outside. You could see they wanted to kick him out with Justice Bates, and Thien said, nope, I'm too quick for you. And he was waiting for him.
That is the end of the third quarter. Maple Grove puts 2 touchdowns on the board, and they take a 21-7 lead into the fourth quarter. More football on CCX after this.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
We are underway. First play of the fourth quarter. Conrad getting the carry to open it up. There's Ryder Skansen on the tackle.
Yeah, Skansen, that was a heck of a play. He took on a block, shed the block, and still made a really good tackle on a really good running back. There's a reason he's committed to go to Air Force to play football. That's the other fun part, John, about doing this for as long as you and I have, and you obviously a lot longer, but you start seeing the brothers, the younger brothers of all these great players that we've done, years ago.
That's just Sawyer Skansen, a big player on the 2021 team that lost in the Prep Bowl. 3rd down and 8 after the 4-yard run by Conrad on 2nd down. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. A little delay of game on Eden Prairie.
Well, I'll tell you what, John, is 2 things really stand out. One, we didn't see any negative running plays, or very few, if any, in the first half by Eden Prairie. We've already seen a few of them here in the second half. And third is 3rd and long, right? Eden Prairie did a great job that first half, being in 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. They've it seems like they've been 3rd and 10+ yards here on all 3 or 4 of their drives.
Third down and 13 for the Eagles. And there's going to be a quarterback. Oh, no, not quite a sack. Hitting out of what looked like it was going to be a big tackle for loss there by Will Raymond. Backham able to keep his feet, and then Bo Thien finally did finish him off. And it still ended up as a loss of 2.
Yeah, Eden Prairie just out of sorts on their offensively here. They're trying to throw a little flare pass, nothing there. I'll tell you what, Bo Thien has had a big one tonight. Will Raymond started that one, Bo Thien finished it up. So those linebackers really stepping it up here. Yeah, putting from the goal line, so you got to figure Maple Grove going to get a short field to work with.
Another punt away again, the 4th of this half for Eden Prairie. This is Williams, spins out of a would-be tackle, gets inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line.
Great field position. for an offense that scored on 3 straight possessions. Well, 3 and out. You know, they punted, or they got stopped on the first possession in the second half, and 3 of their last 4 have gone for touchdowns. And they've thrown just enough to kind of keep that defense honest, right? We've gotten to see a little bit more of Jeffrey Nordvold. We've gotten to see Caden Harding run the ball. I have a feeling you're going to see a big dose of James Engel on this drive. He should be fresh here.
1st and 10 Crimson from the 39, trying to put this one away here in the 4th. Flag is down. Ball start on Maple Grove. Only their 3rd penalty tonight, other than the offsetting penalties that were on each team in the first half. They had a big one on their first offensive series, but just 2 5-yard since.
And you love this kind of a game, John, if you're Coach Sproul, because you know it certainly looks like they're going to come away with a win here. But there's enough mistakes, right? A couple of fumbles, a bad snap, like things to get your team's attention where you're like, hey, we were maybe a little lucky here to come out of this. We got to tighten some things up. So some great teaching points, too, for the coaching staff to work on.
1st and 15 now from the Eden Prairie 44 for the Crimson. This is Nordvold. Gets forward to the 40-yard line before he's dragged back. Gavin Walden on the tackle. Gain of 4, 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Eden Prairie or I'm an opponent watching Maple Grove, that number 5 right there, Jeffrey Nordvold, that's who I'm keying on because A, they're giving him the ball a lot, and then B, whichever side of the line of scrimmage he's either motioning to or starting on, they seem to be following his lead.
Meanwhile, the clock continues to run, Ryan, regardless if they get points or not on this drive. Engel on the Terry, and guess who's there again? Number 9, it's Walden on another tackle. No gain for Engel here.
I was going to say, I've been really impressed with Walden. He's kind of been all over the field, been the one guy pursuing and making some big plays. Ran the football extremely well at one time in the first half as well. He's an impressive football player. You know, and again, down 2 scores with still over 9:30 left to play. Eden Prairie gets a stop here. They get the ball back. Maybe they get a quick score. Yep. I mean, certainly not out of it, but you got to think here they need to get a stop.
3rd and 11, toss to Engel. It's one good block, cuts it back and inside the 35, down to the 34-yard line. Gain 6. But it will be 4th down and 5 to go.
Yeah, there was a collision there at the end of that run. Yeah, short field. I'm wondering if Coach Sproul here is going to decide to go for it. Oh, there's their flag.
Looks like a Maple Grove is walking back.
Matthew Perouse there on the hold.
Well, Maple Grove backed up to midfield.
Let's see, big 7-1. He's got his hands full blocking Walden there. Yeah. Not an easy job. You got two of the best players probably in the interior offensive defensive linemen in the metro area going at it. Been kind of a fun battle to watch.
3rd and 21 from midfield. See if Maple Grove goes to the air here.
Yeah, smart, letting that play clock get down to around 5.
The action. Harney's got time. He's going to go deep, and it's just incomplete. Well covered downfield by Hall on the pass intended for Jack Lundy.
Yeah, there's a flag, too. I think they're going to get a hold. Again, super impressed with Windland Hall. Yep.
I thought that was pretty good coverage.
It was. There was contact. You got to remember, defensive backs 5 yards down the field, you can't have any contact. He was running with him. Play action. How about the arm, too? Just really well thrown. Really well defended and thrown. We couldn't see it, but
that must have happened further upfield.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, at the very end of that play, I mean, you couldn't have covered that any better, but there was definitely some contact as they were running down the field.
It's not an automatic first down in high school football, so it's a third down play here, but instead of 21 or instead of a fourth down play, if that had been an incompletion, it's 3rd and 6 from the 35.
Yeah, exactly. So now you've got to figure short field. It's probably 2-down territory here, so you don't necessarily got to get the first down. See Nordvold on the right side, and they followed him.
Toss to Engel, first down, breaks the tackle inside the 30, down to the 28. Pickup of 7 and a Maple Grove first down.
Yeah, and you saw the formation of that play, John, and all you saw was like a crimson wall sealing off that inside and allowing Engel to get to the outside untouched really until he's 4 or 5 yards down the field. That penalty's huge. That set up that possibility to get that first down.
First and 10, Maple Grove from the 28 of Eden Prairie. .8:10 to go and counting. Engel following blocks. He's down to the 20. Picks up 8 more on his 27th carry of the night.
You know, and one thing to look at too, John, is you start thinking about conditioning as well. Maple Grove seems to be getting a little stronger as the game goes on, right? In those kind of runs we're getting pushed back or stopped for a 1-2 yard gain. And you're starting to see Maple Grove just extend that. Now you're getting 4, 5, 6, 7 yards on first down. And vice versa. You know, the Maple Grove defense starting to get a better push as this game has gone on too.
Engel up to 190 yards rushing. He'll get the call again. Inside the 20, steps out of bounds at the 17. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Impressed with his vision too. As someone, you know, this isn't his 3rd year starting as a running back, right? So not a ton of varsity experience, but just kind of seems to know when to cut it upfield, when to bounce it outside. He has the patience to kind of let his blockers develop and then just reads it really quickly and able to explode.
Yeah, Chuck Longama the last couple of years as a starter, and Patrick Wright was the backup last year. Longama got a lot of carries, and now it's Engel's turn here as a senior, and he's making the most of it here in the first 2 weeks of the season. First and 10.
I remember watching Longama, and you'd almost be surprised when he didn't score. Bad snap.
Harney is wrapped up. And again is Gavin Walden into the backfield. Loss on the play of 4.
Yeah, high snap kind of threw the timing off of that.
Welcome to everybody watching tonight, including Crimson alumni. Players are tune in when they go on from this program and in college, and they'll tune in and watch. And welcome to all of them. And boy, what a benchmark they have set for this program these last 4 seasons.
I feel like on a Saturday now, you tune into almost any college program or conference around the country, you'll probably see a Crimson player somewhere. Guys going on to do big things in college.
2nd and 14. Engel's going to be stopped here and driven back.
Good team defense there. Anderson coming up. Nice job by Luke Elliott again, that middle linebacker. He's had a nice game.
Loss of 1. And now 3rd down. But again, you look at the clock. We're down to close to halfway. We're going to be past the halfway mark of the 4th quarter after this play.
No, and you got to figure too, you're in field goal range, so you don't need to take a shot here. Don't necessarily need the first down. Keep the ball on the ground. Let that clock run. You can run another 30, 35 seconds off after this.
3rd down and 15. Arnie's going to throw, though, tossing it toward the left side. Hall on the coverage. Henry Knudsen, the intended receiver. Hall right there. Kelly right there. Isaiah Kelly on the coverage of Henry Knudsen.
Yeah, Luke Elliott, number 12, the middle linebacker, came on a blitz, and I think he got to Harney before he wanted to throw that. Had to get rid of it, and that ball kind of hung in the air. Lucky no safety was in the middle of the field there, but it's going to set up about a 37-yard field goal, 38-yard field goal. Watch number 12 come up on right in the middle of the line of scrimmage.
Knudsen didn't have a chance to get to that ball. 38-yard attempt here for Berg. It's partially blocked by Eden Prairie. And they can run this back, and they do. Out past the 35 is Walden. I don't think he was the one that blocked it, but he's the one that ended up with the football, and so Eden Prairie holds down 2 scores, 5:38 to go, but they got a shot still.
Yeah, they got a shot, but they got to get a big play. They got to get a big explosive play. Let's see who got a hand up on that.
Andrew Johnson.
Yeah.
We've called a lot on defense, but as you mentioned, Ryan, earlier, he hasn't been in the backfield carrying the football here in the second half, but comes up with a big play there on special teams. Got an injury timeout. It is Walden that is still down on the field for Eden Prairie.
That's good to see.
We hope it's just a cramp or something, and now he seems to be okay coming off.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
you hope anytime they're stretching that leg, you hope it's for cramping purposes. You just hate to see any knee or Achilles, ankle, anything like that. But pretty athletic play for a big guy too. Grab that ball. It's not easy to catch it going backwards like that. And then you saw pretty good speed too. Just a good football player. Really impressive.
Eden Prairie needs points. They have been shut out here in the second half. 5:38 to go, down 14 points. So start from their 36-yard line.
They call Walden the John Jacobson of their football team.
Sure they do. Bockham will throw to Conrad in the backfield, and he gets to the outside 40-yard line to the 45-yard line. He's shy of a first down.
You saw the good speed there. Maple Grove sideline, I think, exasperated, thinking there was a hold on the outside on the perimeter of that play. But you can see Eden Prairie. I mean, if you can get the ball to Conrad in a variety of different ways, just so fast.
Yeah, right there, a block in the back, yeah. Injured player for Eden Prairie. Timeout on the field. Regardless, here's second down and 1, yeah. Second and 1 from the 45.
Couldn't see who that was.
Injured player is the wide receiver, Cooper Fawning. In some distress as he goes to the bench.
I wonder if he got rolled up on. He was a blocker out on that play on the outside. Sometimes when you're blocking downfield and the action's coming behind you, you get guys in the back of your legs.
Second one from the 45 after the 9-yard pass, and there's a big first down. This is Hall up the middle. He's got some speed and caught from behind at the 22-yard line. Gavin Elmquist perhaps saving a touchdown, but a big run by Wendland Hall.
Really well executed draw. I think he had everybody fooled. Sometimes draws are slower developing. This was just really well executed. Nice job selling that too by Bockham. And a big hole right up the middle.
His first carry in the second half goes for 38 yards.
Yeah, we haven't seen him at all. We saw him a lot early, had some good success. We saw him and Johnson a lot in the first half. Haven't seen him much here carry the ball, but that was a great call and really well executed play.
First and 10 from the 22 of Maple Grove. They'll give to Johnson, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain. Ryder Skansen first to make contact for Maple Grove.
Well, you know you're big and strong when you bring a guy like Johnson down with one hand. Those are two pretty big physical guys going at it right there.
Gain of 1, second and 9.
And you start looking at that clock, John. Still 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Eden Prairie got to score, and they got to think you got to do it pretty quick. I'll have 3 timeouts left. You score, kick off, maybe you get a stop, and can get that ball back with a couple minutes left.
Second down and 9. Give to Bates. And the inside handoff down to the 10-yard line is going to be first down and 10 or maybe 1st and goal, depending on where they spot this for Eden Prairie after an 11-yard game for Justice Bates.
Yeah, and this looks more like the Eden Prairie offense we saw in the first couple of drives here. Moving the ball, a variety of people touching the ball, good push up front too.
1st and goal from just inside the 10 for the Eagles. Back up to the line of scrimmage. They'll give to Bates again. He's hit, but big number 33 doesn't go down that easy, and he picks up close to 5 yards on the 1st down run.
It's like a bowling ball in there, just bouncing off pins.
Gain of 4 to the 6.
Yeah, big strong kid.
Guerin had first contact, but then Bates just kept moving. Now to 3:15 to go. This is Johnson. Oh, and we got counting. We have too many men on the field. What's the call? 12 players for Eden Prairie on the field. 2nd and goal. Backs them up to the 11.
We still have 12 out there.
Does stop the clock with 3:10 to go for a moment, and now they'll wind it again. May not seem like much, Ryan, but if they don't score on this play, again, there's another 30 seconds that goes off the clock.
And
right?
even the urgency here of getting up to the line of scrimmage, I mean, extra 8-10 seconds taken off the clock.
There's Johnson on the carry, Scanson on the tackle. Help defensively from Raymond as well. They'll bring up 3rd down and goal. Not much on that play, just a couple of yards.
No, and you can see we're getting the play call in now. Taking time off the clock. Clock's still running. Just not very much urgency here on Eden Prairie side.
.220 to go. What would Chris Berman say when he's doing those highlights back in the day? Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, now you get a timeout Eden Prairie. I mean, we could have had that 25 seconds ago.
2:17 to go, a 3rd down and goal for Eden Prairie from the Maple Grove 9.
Yeah, not only that, but you use one of those timeouts, so even if you do get a score, you got to think they're going to try for an onside kick. But you don't get it. You still had 3 timeouts. You could have gotten a stop, used all your timeouts, gotten the ball back.
Third down and goal from the 8. Double handoff, going left side and getting to the end zone. It's a touchdown for Eden Prairie. Big play for them. Conrad with the score.
Yeah, nice call there. Ran the sweep into the short side, and you got your speed and Conrad coming back around to the left. No contain over there for Maple Grove, and probably the easiest score for Conrad. Still enough time.
Yep.
But that's where that used timeout, I think, really played a big role. Now the question is, do you go for an onside kick, or do you kick it down and just try to get a stop?
Cirque for the extra point. 2 for 2 on extra points. 0 for 1. He had one long field goal that he missed in the first half. Look at the play again.
Yeah, nice reverse there. You see Maple Grove. That's the one thing Maple Grove, with all those great linebackers, the way they pursue the football, you get everyone going to the Eden Prairie right there, and then you bring that kid with that great speed coming back to the left.
And he saw some good blocking, too, as the play came back to that left side that wiped out any remaining defenders on that side. So Conrad gets his team back to within a touchdown. 2:11 to go. Boy, I don't know. I'd still say with the one timeout you had to use that you have to do onside kick here, right?
You do, and you can still get a stop. The only thing is if you kick it all the way down Maybe you get a short field. Maybe you get we've seen a high snap for a punt.
Hands team on for Maple Grove, anticipating at least an onside kick. Cirque will kick it short. The ball is loose, and I think Maple Grove got it. Wow, what a break if they did. That looked like it was going to be Eden Prairie all the way. They're still uncovering, though.
They got a great bounce on that kick. Someone from Eden Prairie, John, had the first shot at it.
Ben Banwart, a sophomore wide receiver. How about that for that play, that young man?
Yeah, that was huge. Did you see the weird bounce that came? It almost came back towards Eden Prairie, and there was the first player there was someone on Eden Prairie. Yeah, 22. I think that's Bryce Jensen or Ben Hepper. One of the 22 is right there. He had a shot at it.
Well, then Bodie Hedlund looked like he was going to get it too. But, yeah, you're right.
Great job by Banwart there to kind of block him out and get on that. That is a huge, huge recovery. Eden Prairie got the perfect kick, perfect bounce.
Maple. Two seconds off, 2:09 to go. Maple Grove, first down and 10 from their 43. Again, 2 timeouts remaining for Eden Prairie. Harney up the middle, and there he goes.
Wow.
57 yards for a touchdown.
Wow. I wonder if that was designed or if he saw something right up the middle and made that call or just by himself, but he took off. There was no one up the center of the field. We saw a similar touchdown earlier with James Engel when he ran right through the middle of that Eden Prairie defense, but there was nobody in the middle. Wow.
And that puts Maple Grove back up by 2 scores with just 2:01 to go.
You think how different, John? That onside kick could have been recovered. Instead, next play, quarterback sneak and back up to 2 scores.
Berg's extra point makes it 28-14. Well, there's nobody there.
No one up the middle. Anderson, the free safety, has had a great game playing out to the outside. All he had to do was make one guy miss. Luke Elliott, middle linebacker, also has had a nice game. Just caught him kind of coming on a late blitz. Didn't have a good angle, and Caden Harney takes it all the way.
Touchdown pass for Harney, 2 rushing touchdowns for the senior. Headed to South Dakota State next year.
You know, and all Caden Harney has done since he's been the starting quarterback is win. Saw him have some huge throws last year. Played in the playoffs with that sprained ankle and toughed it out. And you give credit to Maple Grove. I don't think they played their best football here in that first half, but that score right before halftime, I think, gave them the confidence. And then defensively, they've come on and just had a great second half.
So Poland to kick off here. Just over 2 minutes to go. Kick it a little bit short to the 20-yard line. Return here by Velasco, and it's first down at the 30-yard line for Eden Prairie, 1:53 to go. I thank the alumni watching, who I anticipate are watching tonight. My wife said, "You never thank me for watching." I said, she said, "I'll give you $1." Say hi to your wife.
Well, I'd like to say hi to Lisa for watching.
So you get the $1 now.
Hi, Lisa. I'll give you my Venmo.
First down run out to the 35-yard line. Run by Bryce Johnson. Gets it out to the 35.
Yeah, Bryce Jensen had 57 rushing yards in that first game. So, again, not one of their main ball carriers, but definitely a talented kid, only a junior.
Second down and 5, play blown dead. All-star. That's the 9th penalty, Ryan, on Eden Prairie tonight.
Yeah, and usually pretty well disciplined team. We saw, a couple of unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that cost them, and some big holds, especially on that one of those drives in the first half too.
Delayed handoff. Conrad dropped for a loss back inside the 30-yard line. Logan Allbeck with the tackle.
There's one of those names of the older brother that we recall.
Tanner, This one. Maple Grove or Eden Prairie dominated this series for the first, 8-10 times that they played. I mean, most of the games weren't even close. But now, this will be the 3rd straight win for Maple Grove in the last 4 seasons. 2 in the playoffs and now tonight in the regular season. And there's Thien with their nice open field tackle on Conrad.
He's had a nice game tonight. He's been all over the field too. Reed Verbout's had a really nice game. You're starting to see just that next wave of linebackers really stepping up.
Clock will continue to run. Eden Prairie will presumably run one final play here from their 27.
Well, to your point, John, you said it in the pregame that, Maple Grove, having won 2 of the last 3 prep bowls, having played in the other one, it's not this is just a couple of year class that's making this run. It's become a program, and I'm a big believer. I know Eden Prairie for 20 years was that program, and Lakeville North has kind of been one of those, Lakeville South, right? But Maple Grove, I'm such a big believer when these younger kids come to these games and they see their older brothers or they see those players win and they see how fun it is. They want to be a part of that. And so how do you do it? Well, you get them. You saw tonight, how many hundreds of kids were in youth football.
Right. You had a record number this year in their youth sign up for youth football.
You go to a lot of communities and the number of youth football is way down, and Maple Grove seems like it's growing. And then you get everyone to buy in to that hard work, that off-season lifting and conditioning, and it's paying off.
3rd down play. Ball deflected and caught, and down inside the 35-yard line on a ball that was tipped. Finally went into the hands of Maddox Mulder, but that will be the end of the game. Aiden Harning with the football. His team wins 28-14. Maple Grove goes to 2-0.
Well, we talked at halftime. You asked me, John, what am I looking forward to see? And I said, how are both teams going to, stop the run? And I'll tell you, Eden Prairie, they have 120-something rushing yards at halftime. Maple Grove came out. I think the first 3 possessions for Eden Prairie were 3 and out. They stopped the run. Their offense got in gear, and they played really good complementary football.
The big run by Hall in the 4th quarter, but not a lot else rushing the football compared to the first half. And Maple Grove wins it 28-14. They'll host Mounds View here next Friday, but they win it over the Eagles. We will take a timeout. We'll come back. Ryan will head us down to the field, talk to a couple winning players. More prep football. We'll wrap things up from Crimson Stadium after this. CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including full sporting events and daily newscasts. To find us, go to the store, search CCX, and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. The CCX Media app, available on Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, and Roku. 28-14, Maple Grove wins over Eden Prairie. Down to the field will go Ryan Iverson with 2 winning Crimson players.
All right, thanks, John. I'm here with a couple of happy Crimson. We got offense and defense. Let's start with offense. James Engel, 190-something yards tonight. You were a monster out there. But I'm going to tell you, I thought that first drive of the second half, right? You guys, tie game. I thought the last drive of the first half and the second half, the urgency that you ran at was really impressive. What did you think tonight?
I just wanted to run. I've been feeding for this game all the time. Their head coach said some things that none of the team liked, saying that they weren't worried about Maple Grove, but they should have been, because then this wouldn't have happened. I've just been preparing for this all my life, running the ball, just looking up at the students. This is a dream come true, honestly.
Well, I saw you fired up, especially after that touchdown run you had. You're looking at the crowd, getting them fired up. Sure. Slow start in the first half. What was the difference in the second half? What did you guys do differently, or was it just effort?
We brought the intensity. First half, we came out slow. I think we just underestimated them. And second half, we realized we got to put some points on the board. Defense saved us. Yes, they let up 14, but we did our jobs, and defense did theirs.
Let me ask you this. I played at Eden Prairie. I won back-to-back state champions, so I know what it's like being a defending state champion, having that target on your back. What does it feel like for you guys, knowing that everyone's going to give you their best shot?
Spro says it, and all the captains say we love being the hunted, every team. But like I said, whether we're the hunted or the hunter, we're always going to do our best and be our best.
Well, congrats on an awesome game. Let's talk over here defensively. Bo, you had a great game. It felt like I was calling your name after every play. First half, I thought they ran the ball pretty effectively. And John asked me at halftime, what's the difference? I said, Maple Grove's got to stop the run. 3 and outs to start the second half. What was the difference?
We played much better as a team, right? So it's just relying on your guys and trusting them, really. And we just kind of put it together and just clicked, and it was a great feeling. So we're really happy with that.
One of the things I always say, I've been doing Maple Grove games forever, is your linebacking group has always been really good. You guys fly to the ball. I mean, all 4 of you guys were all over the field tonight. What is it about the linebacker position at Maple Grove and what makes you guys so good?
Yep. It's just the speed. It's the mentality of being that linebacker spot. You gotta want it every play, and you gotta beat that guy in front of you to make that tackle. And so we take a lot of pride in it. And it's year after year we got good linebackers. So
Conrad, number 20 for them, a good back, good speed. You guys seem to have him figured out, dialed in the second half. What was the difference?
It was just a schematic thing. We made some changes during halftime. And we came out and we were like, we got this, and we did it well. So.
All right, most important question, you two, when ones go against ones in practice, who's winning this collision right here?
Every time it's defense. We go against the twos all week, but then pregame we do a 2-minute drill. Braden Dozier always gets a freaking pick on us. So
I want to see the Oklahoma drill between the two of you. Who would win that one?
Dude. I don't know. It's a tough. We're the same, bro. Yeah.
Well, hey, congrats on a big win tonight. Congrats to both of you guys. Had a great game, so keep it up. All right, back to you, JJ.
All right, thanks very much, Ryan. Thanks to Bo and James, and congratulations to Crimson. 15th consecutive win going back to the start of last season. Unbeaten to start 2025. Again, they'll home next week against Mounds View. Eden Prairie drops to 1-1. That will do it for our coverage tonight from Maple Grove High School on Youth Football Night. Thanks to all of our great crew and for you to watch tonight's telecast on CCX. For Ryan Iverson, I'm John Jacobson. Final score tonight, Maple Grove over Eden Prairie, 28-14. Good night from Maple Grove.